Alright, welcome to the video. I'm gonna try to keep this to like 7 minutes or less just to get my point across. Now a lot of y'all got on me for putting that i7-12700 with that budget board. What y'all don't know is the fact that I had a choice that day. I had three choices to make. Either A, get a 10th/11 gen board for my 10700F, which will allow me to get a higher power limit, which would have fixed my problems. I could have got an 11700K for $150 after taxes, you know, open box and micro center. Luckily, I live close to one. I could have got that plus a board. But if I do that, I may as well do what I eventually did. May as well just get the i7, you know, 12th gen i7 with a board. Now, when I bought this board, I had a choice. Spend like $110 out the taxes or spend like literally $270 on a motherboard. Y'all saw the face I made. Me personally, I'm not gonna do that, especially when it's pretty much gonna give me the same performance as what I got now. Video renders are definitely faster. Video editing is a whole lot more smooth. CPU usage is all the way down when compared to, let's say, what would have been 50% is now only, I'm gonna say, like 20 sometimes, which is amazing to me. Same temperatures while gaming, basically. It's just like, I don't see what the problem is, long story short. When I say the problem is, sometimes the problem for me personally. Now, you may be one of those people that want to have I think this chip can go up to 180 watts, you know, being shot through it. Mine can only handle like 135 before it gets past 90 degrees. In the gameplay that you are seeing, this is literally the worst case scenario for my current setup. I have this thing at 1080p 60 frames going through OBS to YouTube Live, on top of having, you know, Battlefield with 128 players. We all know that will push your chip to the max. I don't care what chip you got, it's gonna get pushed, especially if you got 128 people jumping and shooting and all that. Now, in the normal settings where I do 720p 60 frames, usually those temperatures went from, let's say, like 85 and 87 to about 75 tops. And keep in mind, I had this room pretty warm. I'm talking to the point where I'll be sweating while gaming. That's why I said I stress tested. Well, I told you I stress tested the computer, but now I'm gonna say it again. I'm pleased with what I got. If I didn't like the temperatures being that high, I would simply cap the voltage at, let's say, like 95 watts. When I do that, the thing doesn't go past like 72 degrees, and that's when in a warm room, not even like, let's say, cold. But once again, I'm not gonna complain. I'm loving it. A lot of people were telling me, dude, you should have just bought an i5. How about no? I didn't want 6 cores, motherfucker. I wanted 8. The hell? They killed me with that. But like the dude who got me into PC gaming said, dude, don't listen to these pimple-faced dorks. Because if you do, you're probably going to be a little mad. You're going to spend a lot more money than you wanted. He uses an example, which I love. Hey, man, my budget's $1,000. Guess what? The little fat dork, that nigga going to give you a computer that's about about $1,500. Keep in mind, your budget is $1,000. Not $1,100, but $8,000. He's also going to tell you to get an i9 when all you need for what you're personally doing is, let's say, an i3, just for basic use. i3 will work. 4 cores, 8 threads. Cool. Well, he's going to tell you, oh, dude, you need, what is that? What these days, it's like goddamn me 12 cores, 24 threads. And then an extra, literally $400-500 he wants you to spend. Keep in mind, that's not what you wanted nor needed. But that's what they're going to tell you. Now, in my case, did I pair this? Like, did I do a smart pairing? No. Do I regret it? No. It works for me. Now I'm going to talk about my experiences with this chip, which I already kind of touched on. DaVinci runs a whole lot smoother. Video edits are a whole lot better. Gaming, I mean, my 10700F was actually pretty smooth too. I had no problems with it, minus the power limit being so low on that board. But it can be unlocked. It's YouTube videos on it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't see what the problem is. Currently, with this budget board and this processor, I don't see what the problem is. Now, once again, I ain't saying it can't be better, but it works for me. That's all I'm gonna say. Shit, I don't regret it. I'd do it again. Heck, now that I think about it, I always pair my i7s with budget boards that so happened to be on my computer at the time. And guess what? I couldn't tell the difference. Those chips and boards lasted me for at least, I think, 5 years each time, if I'm right. Never had a problem, never had overheating, and that was with stock coolers too back then, if I remember right. It also saved me a lot of money back then, especially when I was like 17 and pretty broke. Yeah, I can ill afford to spend that extra $70-80 like you can. Like they said, if your parents helping you get that stuff, cool. But guess what? Mine wasn't. I can ill afford to spend an extra $70 on all, bro. You should have got the 1080. Bro, I can only afford the 1070. Notice I said afford. A lot of people seem to think that you just, just packing a lot of money just to play with. Or, think you care for the top performance. Like, I can't tell the difference between 135 frames and 140. You can't either until you see MSI afterburner at the top of the screen, which I are seeing in the middle of this screen. Guess what? You won't be able to tell the difference. But your wallet can when you spend the extra fucking $80, I guarantee you. And I'm going to say it again, you get an extra 2 to 5% performance for like $80. You could have spent that on some food or something. Or at least I would have. Or some clothes, something. What I wouldn't do is spend it on a slightly better board. Especially when, like the guy who got me into PC gaming said, most of these guys don't get these high-priced computers to actually, like, for productivity reasons. Oh, no. They get it so they can brag on the forums. Yeah, dude, I got the 3080 and the i9-10900. What you do with it? I just play games and basically brag. So that's it. You spent, like, what is that? Like, probably $15 on those two things alone? Just so you can go to the forums. Yeah, man, dude. I got this pairing. I can get this overclock. No one cares. Or at least I don't. Yeah, I see what I use my stuff for. This video is like proof enough. But alright, guys. I'm going to wrap the video up right there. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep it to about 7 or 8 minutes or less. I purposely chose and showed this gameplay so you can see the worst case scenario. And I'm only gaming for like an hour or two a day anyway. When I have it set to 720p 60 frames, or if not 30 frames, guess what? Those temperatures come all the way down. Why? Because it's not shooting all those watts through the chip. And I got like, I think a $28 budget cooler that does the job for me at least. Alright, if you found this video to be helpful or anything of that nature, hey, sub to the page, like the video. And yeah, I actually realized I got my face showing for a change. This new. A lot of y'all get on me about that. Alright, I'm going to see you around.